You can have it all. Great pay, awesome benefits, a flexible schedule, the chance to grow. At Cox, we're recruiting auto and diesel technicians to join our Mannheim and Fleet Services teams. If you're ready for a new job and want to experience an award-winning workplace, drive your career forward with us. Visit cox.career/autotech to learn more. That's cox.career/autotech.
Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to report.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here, we have expanded 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast, it's so easy. Even a liberal could do it. Just go to shrmedia.com and click on the Listen, Watch Live button. Or you can go to Facebook or YouTube and search for SHR Media. While you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe or like button. And how is everybody doing? I know I wasn't here last week. I was involved in a minor NVA. I mean, it was so minor that I didn't even report it. So it just went on my merry way. And those that know me know I already have quite a few medical conditions that bother me. And so it ended up making those problems worse. And I needed to take a couple days off. I was just so much. I'm still hurting, but we've also had some weather come in. I'm all over the body, just ache. It's either that or just the liberal whining has finally gotten to me. I haven't decided and haven't been able to figure that out yet. All right, with that, let's see, where are we? Do. All right. Let's see what we get. All right. As so many cases have come about, this one just did not surprise me when I found out about it. When I came across this article, I should say. It's a 52-year-old black male is being charged with destruction of property after allegedly getting caught spray painting a swastika inside a campus living quarters. So everybody, oh my God, there's white supremacists, Republicans are evil, oh my God. No. As been so many other cases, it is, well, this time it's a black guy, and it's been liberals doing this to try to make us look bad. Well, all these cases, well, I know they ignore it for the majority of the population. They do see what's going on, and they go, yeah, it is those scumbags. It is them. It's not us. So, I don't understand. What do they get out of it? It's disgusting. They're trying to stir up trouble where there is no trouble. Because they think, this will be able to win, and fuck off. The only thing you're doing is causing more problems that we don't need at this time. I mean, seriously, we don't need these issues. There's enough crap going on in this country that we don't need it. How about you sit back and try to do something constructive instead of trying to cause problems, spray painting swastikas in a campus living quarters? But officials for the school discovered the swastika on a trash cart inside the 5th floor of Haggardstown Hall. One student, apparently bewildered by the news, didn't seem to recognize the possibility of Ronald Alfred Sr.'s artwork being an attempt to stage anti-Semitic sentiment at the college. I guess it proves that you don't have to be a certain race to hate people, student Abby Goran stated. But, I mean, it's just you would think that someone, especially from a race that has been subjected to hate before, you would think, why would you want to reciprocate that to somebody else? And I don't think it's that they're trying to push hate. It's the fact that they're trying to perpetuate they're not. It's not meant as an anti-Semitic sentiment. It's there to just to try to cause problems with anybody and everybody else, or well, politically. And in the meantime, it just starts a lot of bullshit that doesn't need to be put out there. And hopefully they charge this guy appropriately, convict him. Because sure as hell, as if it was a white guy, they would be going after, 120 different charges, mandating, everything. I'm just so sick of it. This guy did it. He needs to be charged. He needs to deal with it in his life. I'm tired of this double standard that seems to be out there. It's sickening. And the sooner we can get past all this crap. And it's funny, they keep blaming us Republicans for all this crap. They keep blaming us Republicans. And who does it end up being? Who does it end up being 9 times out of 10? You got it. It ends up being some liberal that's actually doing all the hate. It's a liberal that's doing the hate, not the Republicans that they keep screaming, oh my God, it's the Republicans. They hate everybody. They hate everybody.
You can have it all. Great pay, awesome benefits, a flexible schedule, the chance to grow. At Cox, we're recruiting auto and diesel technicians to join our Mannheim and Fleet Services teams. If you're ready for a new job and want to experience an award-winning workplace, drive your career forward with us. Visit cox.career/autotech to learn more. That's cox.career/autotech.
And it's not them. So let me tell you, I'm a Republican. For right now, at least. I don't hate everybody. There's some people I don't like. There's some people I hate. There's a gentleman that shot my father I hate, but I think I have pretty good reason why I have the right to hate that man. But otherwise, I'm not full of all this hate. I don't hate you just because of the color of your skin. I would never go that route. Shit, my mom would probably kick my goddamn ass. Mom's 70-some years old, and she would still kick my ass for something like that. There's no room in the world for that. And I don't understand it. So I'm glad to be back. I really am, everybody. I am super glad to be back. I hate when I'm not here because I enjoy talking to everybody. I really do. I'm impressed that people actually want to listen to what I have to say. And you don't know how much fun this show actually is for me. I can't say it enough. And what amazes me more that people actually want to listen to me yammer on. That's what amazes my wife. She's like, go ahead, take them. Take them. I don't want them. I've been dealing with them for 20-some years. Holy shit, I just realized that again. Just this past August was like 20 years me and my wife have been together, dating and marriage and all that. Holy for holies. It's a long time. It's a long time living in Reseda. I don't know. It's... What was I looking for? So, yeah, it's... But when I see these stories, it just pisses me off. It really does. It pisses me off that people would actually do this. I find it sick. And I don't care if it was a goddamn Republican. I don't care what party you're with. There's no need for that in this world at all. None whatsoever. Oh, where are we? Where are we? There's better things we could be doing. Discussion. Conversations. So forth, so on. Instead of fighting each other. Trying to cause these problems. I don't understand it. Like I said, hopefully this guy gets charged, he gets help, because he needs it. He needs all the help he can get, if that's what he does with his free time. And then again, it's his free time, but you're doing illegal activity. It's not the smartest thing to do. No. Where are we? I don't know. It's a crazy world we're living in. Friggin' crazy as hell. But on a good news, yes, this is good news. Army Sergeant Bo Birddog has formally pleaded guilty to desertion and behavior before the enemy on Monday. Birddog, a 31-year-old soldier who left his post in Afghanistan in 2009 only to be captured by the Taliban. I contend with that statement because he didn't get captured. He went looking for them. He wanted to help them. That just, oh my God. Oh, I love the creativity of some of these writers. Well, he went looking. Or he got captured. He didn't get captured. Shit. Freaking, I don't know. But what I do know is we have the case is coming to a close on this, which is a good thing. He's pleading guilty. It's going to save us time and money on a trial. We already lost enough money when we gave up millions of dollars in civil terrorists, to be named later. No. Just get it over with. But he's going to be facing a sentence of up to life in prison. Now, the nice thing about federal, I like this, is life means life. While the initial charge of desertion carries a sentence of up to 5 years, the charge of misbehavior before the enemy is a much more serious and can result in Birddog heading to prison for life. Misbehavior before the enemy has rarely been used since World War II. I think this was somewhat of a plea that was given out. He knew he was screwed, and if it went to court, or I should say trial, he probably would have got charged with something else and been put to death. So he was smart, pled guilty, changed his plea, changed it over to guilty, so that he can get a lighter sentence, a lighter charge, so that he can at least live a long life. Now, Bird Dog's initial excuse for leaving base was that he wanted to walk 18 miles to another U.S. base to report problems with his units. However, what both parties can agree on is that the Taliban subsequently captured him and held him until 2014, at which point the Obama administration swapped 5 Taliban prisoners in Guantanamo Bay and several $1 million, big buku bucks, for one Bird Dog release. I left my observation post on my own, Bird Dog said Monday. I understand leaving was against the law. Oh shit, Sherlock. An Army Sanity Board evaluation determined in 2015 that Bird Dog suffers from schizophal personality disorder, some weird shit. President Donald Trump repeatedly said during his presidential campaign that Bird Dog was a traitor and claimed he should have been shot. We are tired of Sergeant Bird Dog, who's a traitor, a no-good traitor, and who should have been executed, Trump said at an October 2015 campaign rally. 30 years ago, he would have been shot. The sentence hearing is set for later in October of... later this year. Who gives a shit that he said he should have been shot? He should have been, and he would have in the past. It's not an unfair observation to make from Trump at that time. I don't understand why they even have to throw that in there. How about the fact that they don't throw in there how, number one, Obama gave up everything in the kitchen sink to get this traitor back. Gave up way too much for him. 5, and not just little, low private type terrorists. I know they don't have ranking. These were main player terrorists. Big time shot callers that he gave up for this asshole, this traitor, this piece of garbage. And yes, these people have already gone back to work as terrorists, if you want to call it work. And then the money we dumped. I just can't believe that we actually went and dumped all that money. All that money. I can't believe we gave all this for one traitor. Disgusting. I'm going to check my levels real quick. It's been a while since I checked my levels, so I'm going to check the levels of the sound going on, make sure everything's going good. Come on. Yeah, one last one. That's weird. I can barely hear anything. Let me check a different one. That's why I do. It's been a while since I've done anything. So let me turn that up, see how that sounds. It's really, really weird. Now, I know this laptop is not the greatest with the speakers, but I can usually hear what's going on. All right, we're going to go to break real quick. Let's see. I don't even have that up and ready. Here it is. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and the Lone Star News.com. And we will be right back. Hey, AK Alex.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cat for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show. Also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. I wonder how the sound is now. Have to wait a minute. Gotta wait for everything to catch up. For all technology, there's a little bit of delay. Turn that down. All right. Oh, just everything's out of whack right now. It's weird. Take a couple days off and just nothing feels right when you come back. So let's see how that sounds. All right, I think I found the issue. Wow. I got shit falling down on me. Help. All right. Thank you, the Snarky of Oz. When I take when I had to take a couple days off, just want to come back. Nobody touches anything, and just for some reason, everything goes strange with my equipment. It's those little gremlins that come in here and start working on my equipment out of nowhere. I don't do nothing, but they come in here and start changing stuff on me. Everything looks the same, but it's not. All right, so where are we? Oh, and everybody remember, you can catch a live stream. Just go to YouTube or Facebook and just look up SHR Media. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like button, according to which way you go. And gnomes. Oh, I like to punt gnomes. I know most people won't get that joke. If my brother was here, he'd be laughing his ass off. I've played a lot of games, a lot of online games, and one of the main ones that I played was EverQuest. And it was an actual thing where, you play, different races, and one of them was Gnome, and that's what my brother chose. And the one guild we were in, everybody wanted to play Punt the Gnome. So, actually, at EverQuest ended up, that joke became so big in the game, there's an ability or something you could buy that allows you to punt the gnome. It's up. It's good. Well, this is also the same guild. It wasn't an official guild or official raid until my brother died. And in game, I'm talking. They're doing so good at this one raid. Nobody had died, so they purposely pulled a bunch of mobs, pulled them on top of my brother, and got him killed. They're like, all right, it's official. It is a raid. All right. Counter-Strike. So, as much as I'd like to talk about MMOs and, EverQuest, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars. God, I played so many, I can't remember them all. Star Wars, I can't. The Old Republic. What the hell's the one that's for Conan? Oh man, there was a couple other I played too. I just can't remember. But I didn't like WoW at first, but hey, you know what? It kind of grew on me. It had its pros. Hey, nothing wrong with being a geek or a nerd. I wish I was a nerd. I'd be rich as hell then. Doom. Oh, yeah, Doom. For the EMS guys, several of us, we'd get done shift, and if we couldn't play actual paintball, we would jump on the computer and play any of the first-person shooters and team up and go around killing people after saving people all day long. So, we had to blow off steam somehow, you know, and that's our main thing was we played paintball. Well, besides drinking, partying, we played paintball and ran around shooting each other. It was all fun and games until one guy jumped down a hill and caught his ankle, shredded every tendon in his ankle, and was out of work. We were like, shit, we got to start taking it a little easy. This game's getting a little too out of control of us. I mean, we're spending thousands of dollars and shit buying equipment and guns. And what's funny is real guns didn't even cost that much. Oh, that's what my buddy was always busting on my chops about. He's like, oh, that gun you got there? I could have bought 3 handguns with that. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, let's see. There we go. All right. The federal judge overseeing New Jersey Democrat Senator Bob Mendez's criminal trial declined to dismiss the charges against him Monday after defense lawyers argued that the prosecution had failed to make its case. Now, here's what's funny is they're screaming, he didn't make his case, he didn't make his case. You have liberal news, NBC, I think it was. One of the listeners in one of the chat rooms says I guess you both play, or you're watching her husband play. He plays World of Tanks, and he leads the whole team off a cliff, and they're both sitting there laughing their ass off. That's perfect, because you know what? That's something I would do. Me and my wife would be sitting there like, oh, nah, don't ever apologize. Don't ever apologize. It's shit we do. But yeah, now they're NBC. I think it was NBC, did a report saying that there was so much overwhelming evidence against Bob Mendez, even the liberal media was reporting on it. So now they're trying to say, his defense attorney, and they've been trying to block everything. They've been trying to get him special privileges to the point that even the judge turned around and said, he is not an elitist. You don't get special privileges just because you're a senator. You have to stand trial on the same standards everybody else does. This guy wanted all these special privileges given to him. Well, you know, I want to be able to vote when I need to vote. I need this case to stop and go as I see fit. You know, could you imagine one of us peons? Well, you know, I want my case to start and stop at will. You know, they'd be like laughing, and if a judge allowed it, I could see one of these, congressmen sitting there. Oh, we got to make a law. They don't have a right to do that. They can't do that. You know, but now it's a congressman, especially a Democratic congressman. Oh my God, squirrel! Where? Damn it! Don't do that. I used to be a squirrel. I used to run around to all the EMS fire scenes. I miss those days. Got to get a nut. So, yeah, it's Mendez is trying to pull out every stop that he can. And this judge is not having any of it. And I applaud this judge. And amazingly, for being in New Jersey, it makes me friggin' laugh. New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. You know, it's very easily, these officials are corrupted. Very easily. And yet this judge is holding fast, and basically telling this congressman where to go with his, you know, special opinions of his. And I love it. We need more judges to stick up and give a big middle finger to these congressmen, Republican, all of them alike, because none of them deserve special treatment. Too many times they're getting special treatments, and it's not right. Not right at all. Ow. That was my ear. Oh. Ouch. That's okay, Jenna. I understand that. Well, you see, he still hasn't decided which bathroom he's going to go in. He doesn't know which bathroom, whether he goes in the, the question mark sex, the male sex, or the female sex. Don't even get me started on that shit, because that, listen, because one of the, what is it, the Snarky of Oz, I love that name, made a comment, and it's funny. He can go to the new tranny bathroom. You know what? And I have no care in the world what you're doing in your bedroom, as long as it's not hurting anybody. Well, without permission, at least. I don't care if you're spanking, your husband, and as long as you have permission to do it. But as long as you're not hurting people against their will, I really don't care what you do in your bedroom. I don't care what you do in your life. Hi, Melanie. My issue is, when we're talking about these, making this big fuss about trannies being able to go into whatever bathroom they want, it's a safety issue. And that's why I bring up. Because it's not that I think trannies are perverts and are going to attack my daughter. No, that's not it. Because they've been in the females' locker rooms, bathrooms, for a long time. For a long time. I mean, I one of the places I worked security for a little bit down here. And, there was one woman. I call woman because I thought it was a woman. That's how good the tranny was. In fact, one of the wide receivers for the Tampa Bay Bucks started. I mean, she was a tranny, and on top of it was a prostitute, and we knew it. And he was trying to solicit some people, so we were in the process of throwing she out. So this wide receiver walks by, and it's a black she. And he's like, "Oh, why are you giving the sister a hard time?" And he's sitting there hitting on it. Just going to town, hitting on her. And we're like, dude, shut up and back off. We knew who he was, and we always tried to take care of him. So we're like, dude, just walk away. So one of the guys, being a dumbass, grabbed him, pulled him to the side, and told him that it was a tranny. And instead of going, shit, I'm out of here, almost on the top of his lungs, turns around and goes, that thing's got a fucking dick. What the? Oh, and then we're just sitting there going, oh, shit. But, I mean, some of these you would never know. So they've been going into the bathroom for a very long time, is my point. But now that you're trying to push it and make this big fuss over it, what that's doing is it's giving an opportunity for perverts that just want to go in and see naked little girls, or, naked women, cause problems, and it gives them a legality to be in there. You don't think some high school boy isn't going to tell a teacher, well, I think I'm a female, I'm allowed to go into that locker room so he can get a sneak peek of the naked girls? Yeah, I know some guys back in high school that probably would have done that. They would have taken the shame, hey, you know what, you can call me, whatever name you want. I got to see so-and-so naked. And that's the problem I have with it. When you start doing it, you're giving opportunity for perverts. And the one thing that I was pissed off about the Supreme Court ruling on gay marriage, not that I'm pissed off about the gay marriage, is how they wrote it. And technically, people should have forced it that brain fart, total polygamy. Well, they're not hurting anybody, are they? They're in love. It falls under the same thing. Well, bestiality. You could have that. It was a slippery slope on how they stated it in the Supreme Court. That's where I have the issue. Hey, I look at it this way: if I got to be tormented with marriage, I got to go through this torture. Everybody else should have to go through this torture, not just me. Make sure my wife's not around. All right. Hey, 3 rings of suffering. What is it? The 3 rings of marriage. Engagement ring, wedding ring, suffering. Damn, I'm out of coffee already. Damn, that was a quick cup of coffee. See, most your modern-day Republicans, do not give a shit about gay marriage. Not even the libertarians. It's most of them. There's some old-school ones. They don't care. And I understand if you don't like it. It's your right. It doesn't make you hateful. I know people that don't approve of gay marriage, but have no problem with people being gay. They understand it's not an option. It's everybody's right to have an opinion. And a buddy of mine that I did EMS with that was gay, he said he gets tired of all these ones that are running around running their mouths about it. Why? Because they're bitching, saying they don't want other people forcing their lifestyle on him. Well, what he was doing was running around trying to force his lifestyle for people to accept his lifestyle. He was doing the exact same thing that people were doing to him, and he was complaining about it, except when the other people do, it's called homophobia. But when he does it, it's, oh, how brave of him. That's where I have an issue. I don't care. Listen, I've gotten hit on by gay guys. Who cares? You know what? Blows my ego up a little bit. Hey, guess what? Yeah, someone finds me sexy. Hey, I don't care. The only time I had a real problem with it was one time a gay guy came up, hit on me. Hey, thanks, I'm straight. I'm here with a girl. I'm here. I was there with my cousin. So I go in the bathroom, and he walks in behind, starts putting his hands on my back, and I'm like, hey, dude, I don't approve of that. Please don't touch me. And he kept doing it. So I got out of the bathroom real quick. Told my cousin, I said, we got to get going. This guy's pissing me off now. So he comes over, steps in between me and my cousin, and then starts talking about, well, the 3 of us can go back and have a threesome. And it was like, whoa, that's my cousin. Oh, I don't care. Just a real scumbag. It wasn't all gays do that. It was just a guy that was being a scumbag. And probably if it was a guy doing that to my cousin, same result would have happened. But I think that's the only time I've gotten pissed at a gay guy. Well, it's time for a break again. Damn, I'm going to have to change the breaks up. They're just coming too quickly lately. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and the LoneStarNews.com. And we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I'm going to play something in, especially since I wasn't here last week. And hint, hint, Melanie, I need a new one. Melanie, I need a new one. If I can find it, where the heck did it go? I know it's over here. This is going to be, it's called A Few Minutes of Personal Finance, the Employment Scams. This is from Melanie, right here on SHR Media. Let me play this. This is a great clip. And hint, hint, Melanie, I need a new one.
Welcome to this week's 5 Minutes of Personal Finance. This week we talk about employment and career scams. Yes, people are out there scamming people who are looking for jobs, which really, really stinks. So we're going to talk about a few, what they look like, how to recognize them. For example, career consulting scams. Here's what it looks like. A career consultant will email you and say they're super duper impressed with your resume and they'd like to represent you. And really what they're doing is they're trying to pitch their product or service and trying to get money out of your pocket. There are several recruiting scams. Recruiters will contact you. They'll say that they have clients with positions that you could be qualified for. And usually this is just another attempt to sell you something rather than recruit you for an actual job. Always, another one you have to be aware of are phishing scams. Any attempt to get personal information via email is always an opportunity, and this is not just job and career scams. You have to be careful about phishing. If you can't apply directly to that job, then be very aware that it's probably an attempt to get your personal information, your personal contact information for some type of identity theft. Another big one is shipping scams. These are work-at-home opportunities where they will actually tell you that they will ship you office equipment and things like that, and all you have to do is front the money up front. They will pay you back with a fake check that will clear at first and then eventually be returned, and you'll be left holding a bag. It's a really bad situation. There are also unemployment scams. These are people, criminals, who will offer to help you with to file unemployment insurance for a fee, which you don't have to pay a fee to file unemployment. There's no benefit to doing that. You can do so through your home state with no problem. In fact, it's against the law. So contact your state unemployment office if ever you want to file unemployment. Another one is called a bait and switch scam. This is a scam in which you apply for a job and they pick you for an interview. Lucky you. But during the interview, you discover that the job that you applied for actually doesn't exist. And they want you for something completely different. This is a job that nobody wants. Absolutely nobody wants. But they're going to try to convince you to take the job. Another big one is direct deposit scams. Never, ever, ever, here's the deal, give out your banking information in order to get a job over the internet. Now, one would think this would be common sense, but these people can be very, very convincing. Rule of thumb, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So that is this week's 5 Minutes of Personal Finance. Be very careful. Look out for employment and career scams. These people mean you no good. Remember, all of this is very important because it is your money.
That is from Melanie with Melanie, or Money Talks with Melanie. Sorry, I always screw that up, and I don't know why. See, rum is the only one I could drink, Snarky. Vodka and whiskey and tequila, well, I drank it too much, I guess, during my youth, and I become a very mean person when I drink those, so I stay away from. And Melanie, the Snarky of Oz said thank you. It's actually some of them I didn't even realize, and you know what? I've been done that because I've gone into jobs. They're like, oh yeah, the job that you applied for is no longer available, but we do have this position open. You know what? I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I was, oh okay, hey, as long as you're offering me a job, you know, why not? Damn, man, now I feel like an idiot. It's like, what the? Oh. But yes, Melanie, that is very appreciated. If you got more, you got my email, hopefully. Just send them to me, and I'll play them. I love them. With me and Snarky, we're talking in the chat room for Spreaker. Also, guys, if you want to join in the conversation, you can go to the Spreaker chat room, or you can go to SHR Media. We have our nice little chat room. And the conversations go from A to Z. Now I'm at a total brain fart. Having a blonde moment for a minute. So, all right, let's get back to the articles. Let's get back to, we were talking about Mendez. Mendez was... The judge rejected Mendez's claim that the prosecution arguments were too broad to meet the narrow definition of a corruption in federal law. The U.S. Supreme Court established in the 2016 case that public officials only violate... Damn it. Oh, hopefully my wife's joking. She just sent me a text. She's been for the last couple of years a huge New York Yankees fan, and I hate the Yankees. Doesn't matter who they're playing against, I will root against the Yankees. So, when I went out on break, I think it was like 4-0 Yankees, and I said something. She's like, keep talking trash, old man. It's now 8-0. God damn it. God damn it. Giants won the other night. Damn it. Oh. I'm not watching football, don't get me wrong, but I still look up scores because I want to see. There's certain teams I like seeing fail because I'm a solid Philadelphia fan. Hate me for that. I'm born just outside of Philadelphia. I am a Philadelphia fan. Win or lose, I don't care. They're my team. So, she's rubbing in on me. But with Mendez, the Supreme Court established in 2016 case that a public official only violated anti-corruption laws when they accept gifts, payments, or benefit in exchange for a specific or official act. Mendez lawyers argued that the government failed to show that the senator took specific or official actions as the results of a donor's gift. Prosecutors have put forth a stream of benefits theory of their case, in which they say Mendez performed favors for a donor over a period of years in exchange for lavish benefits like vacations and chartered flights. Though the senator's act and donors' gifts may not chronologically coincide, prosecutors say their relationship was still corrupt. Cowboys fan. Boo. Listen, this guy... I love how they tried to twist it and play a little word game. He took free flights all over the place from this millionaire, from this doctor. He took a lot of money in donations. And then when this doctor needed help, he started setting up meetings that he's never set up before, never done stuff like this before. And he's running around trying to get laws changed for this guy. If that is not, taking favors and getting bought off, I don't know what is. They're just trying to play it. I mean, the Democrats have even said it. They know this guy's in trouble. I'm sick of these politicians getting away with murder. They're getting away with anything they want nowadays. This guy's taking lavish, expensive gifts. I mean, he... to give an example, 3 flights. He had to reimburse at a cost of $58,000. $58,000 for 3 flights? What the hell kind of plane was that it cost $58,000? Was he getting, sexual favors on the damn plane or something? Still then, $58,000, that shit better be made out of gold. Fuck. Damn, man. And then sit there and well, it's, I don't know what you're talking about. We weren't doing anything illegal. Fuck off. You're doing shit illegal. You know it. I know it. But you're trying to play the game. And unfortunately, a lot of times these congressmen get away with it. And it's bullshit. We're held to a higher standard than these assholes are. And that pisses me off. If they're going to be holding us to a standard, they should have to live to the same or a higher standard than us. Same thing as an EMT. As an EMT, I was held to a higher standard than the rest of the residents in my town. Just because I was a EMT. Well, also firefighter. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The shit that they get away with. They hold us to this high standard and have to buy this crappy health insurance. And now they're freaking out because Trump's finally done the right thing. Finally, he's gotten a little headway, finally, by sitting there and allowing insurance to be sold over state lines so you can get some competition. Competition breeds lower prices. That's been said for a while. That's all the Republicans actually had to do. No problem. I actually, that whole EMT firefighter for me, it was my life. I loved it. It wasn't a job to me. Hell, I've gotten up in the middle of sex to go to a fire before. That's how much I loved the job. I know that's maybe a little TMI, but just to give you exactly, I mean, I literally got up in the middle, and the girl's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Sorry, there's a fire. Gotta go. I'll be back." Yeah, that relationship didn't last too long. Yeah. I'm just... Totally lost track of my brain thought there. I got it back up. But Trump's finally able to do something. That's all the Republicans had to do, really. And it would have appeased a lot of us. And do away with the mandate. Do away with the mandate where we're getting penalized for not buying that product. Because it was hurting jobs. No, I'm just blonde. I don't have ADHD. I'm just blonde. I know if you're watching the video, you can't see it. My hair's real short. When it grows in, it's blonde. And you don't have to have blonde hair to have blonde moments. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and the Lone Star Radio. And we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello. I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, as I flub up my opening. And I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey expansion is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch the live stream, well, it's easy. If I stop stuttering, you can go to shrmedia.com, click on the SHR TV button, I think it is, or you can go to YouTube, or you can go to Facebook and search for SHR Media. It's that easy. Now that's a new one that I like. That I never plan out my day. That only gives them a reason to throw the premeditated out of the court. I like that. That's a new one. Where are we? Oh, I'm in Florida. I know that. I don't know what state of reality. Well, the one that I find funny, Lindsey Graham has come out, and on Sunday on CBS's Face the Nation, Senator Lindsey Graham said if Republican legislators do not follow through with their promise, they are dead. Has this idiot finally gotten it through his head that if they don't start doing, Trump's promises, that the Republican Party is that? Not just Trump. This is stuff that Republicans have talked about for years. For 7 years they've talked about it. They've talked about repealing Obamacare, and when the time came, McCain put the knife in the back of the American citizens. A couple other Republican senators did it too. Susan Collins, that wench. Oh, the Democrats don't want me to give up being a senator, so I'm going to stay a senator. Good, because I think you're up for re-election. I hope to God you're up for re-election, because your ass, I think, is going to get primaried very easily. You sold out the American citizens to the Democrat Party. You may have that letter R next to your name, but I think you did that in pencil. Some of these people just, piss me off. And I'm not a huge Bannon fan. I don't have a big problem with Stephen Bannon. But I like what he's saying. That he's going to primary all but one of the senators. And I said it last week. I'm still on the fence about Cruz. I'm still on the fence about him. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt right now. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt right now. He's come around. He'll be coming around the corner when she comes. Damn. Things that pop in my head. We learned with Trump getting elected, just by electing Trump, that we do have power, the people. That we can elect who we want. And now these senators, House of Representatives, Congress as a whole, and all the way down to your public officials, they got to start thinking, shit, we've lost our grip. We've lost our power. And they got to start doing what they promised to people. Stop this bullshit of promising stuff during the election, and as soon as election day comes and goes, forget what the hell you promised. Now, I know Trump doesn't have everything pushed through that he wants pushed through. I never thought he'd get everything done the first year. It's going to take time. And I knew a lot of it's going to take possibly all 4 years. Why? Because it's not just 2016 election. We got to keep fighting from here on out. 2018 is going to be another big election if we want to keep the change going. Then 2020, then 2022 is a problem why we are in the state we are in this country, because we as a people got too laid back with our elections. Things were going too good, so we kind of, just let it flow. Things weren't as bad as we thought it was, so we just let things go. And things got worse and worse to the point where we are now. Now we're realizing, holy shit. It's sort of like we're in a house or in the woods. And we start a little campfire. Then we start ignoring that campfire. And it gets a little bit bigger. Yeah, we're okay. It's nowhere near us. And it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it overtook us, and we were like, well, there's nothing we can do. It overtook us. And what's funny is I know I'll have people, especially liberals, that made no sense. Hopefully people understood that analogy I was giving. And, we sat back and, hey, there's nothing we can do. Well, now that we started pouring water and taking control, well, if we don't stop pouring water on that fire, it'll just overtake us again. So we have to keep watching our elections. And if these politicians go in saying one thing and do the exact opposite, and we got to stop thinking short term of 6 months before the election, because that's what a lot of these congressmen and women do. Like the last year of their term, last 6 months, then they start pushing all this shit that they promised. What happened that 3.5 years before? You sat on your ass doing stuff that pocketed, made you rich. And now you're trying to push things through to make yourself look good. Well, we got to pay attention to that. And amazingly, this old man, Lindsey Graham, got it finally, I think. I think it finally clicked in his head. But I honestly think it's too late for Lindsey Graham's and a lot of these people that have been in office for way too long. But we got to pay attention, people. And we got to make sure that these establishment people get taken out. Let's see. Give me 1 minute. I want to see if I can pull up a list. MICKEYMOUSE, Mickey Mouse. All right, Republican senators up for re-election in 2018. So there's going to be 33 seats that are up for grab of a total. 8 Republicans and 23 Democrats are up for re-election. Now let's see if I can find. One Republican is retiring. I think it's Jeff. All right, here's the list. Jeff Flake is up for re-election. I think he's going to get tossed out. He's going to get tossed faster than a salad. Bill Nelson. Hopefully that asshole gets tossed. I know I will not, and my family is not. I know he's not a Republican either, but we won't be touching him. I mentioned him because he's here for Florida. Mississippi, Roger Wicker. Deb Fisher, Nebraska. Nevada, Dean Heller. Of course, Bob Corker, who's retiring because he knew he was going to get booted. Ted Cruz, and that's the only one that Bannon said he's not going to touch. Orrin Hatch of Utah, I'm pretty sure they're going to get tossed. And John Barrasso. All of them are a good chance of going out. I mean, I don't think that Jeff Flake, last I saw, he was, I think, single digits or like 12% approval in his state. Let's see. Just looking through the list. All right. So, pay attention to your midterm elections also, people. It's very important. We got to stop sitting back and ignoring these elections. Because they're going to take advantage of them every chance they can get and try to push through establishment personnel. I don't know about you. I'm tired of them. I am sick and tired of these assholes. And to show you how bad it is, I mean, I should wait till after the break on this. It's McConnell, I figured he might have learned something by now, and he hasn't. He's not the smartest. No, he wouldn't be the smartest in a room full of amoebas. With that, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and Lone Star Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cat for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to SHRmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Oh, where are we? Yeah, Mitch McConnell and Trump had a meeting today, and I don't know what the hell Mitch McConnell was thinking, but after it, there was a meeting in the Rose Garden, or a little media get-together, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell responded to Bannon's decision to go to war against the Republican establishment in the upcoming Senate Republican primaries on Monday. And, quote, "You have to nominate people who can actually win because winners make policies and losers go home," McConnell said when asked about Bannon by reporters at the White House. What just happened in Alabama? Didn't McConnell's buddy go home? You know, he really shouldn't be running his mouth right now because he needs to get behind more. But I can see McConnell, just to spite everybody, he won't back more. He'll give that seat up. It's just a feeling that I get from this asshole. He would sell out the people in a heartbeat if he could make 5 cents off of it. I don't trust this asshole as far as I can throw him. The Senate Majority Leader specifically recalled anti-establishment Senate candidates like Chris O'Donnell, Sharon Angle, Todd Atkins, and Richard Mourdock, who won the Republican primary but failed to win their general election against a Democrat. McConnell praised his campaign model in 2014 that allowed the Republican Senate to seize the majority. Our primary approach will be to support our incumbents in open seats to seek to help nominate people who can actually win in November, he said. That's my approach. That's the way you keep a governing majority. But when your governing majority doesn't do dick, asshole, that's a big problem. And when you're supporting people that are not good at their jobs, that don't do shit at their jobs. Yeah, it's nice you got an R sitting there in the seat, but when they're not doing shit or they're helping the Democrats more than anything, it doesn't help push the agenda along. Oh, I'm sorry, that's something somebody with IQ over 10 would understand. I can understand why this dumbass doesn't. Money doesn't win everything, McConnell, and that's what he thinks. Trump proved that. And if you got a strong base that's in Alabama, which I believe there is a strong base, they're going to get behind more and should be able to keep that seat with ease. What Bannon is showing that you're not as smart as you think you are, McConnell. And it's showing to everybody in the world. You're just not smart enough to realize it. That's the problem. You're not smart enough to realize your time may be over. And I'm not meaning a death threat or anything like that. Just that your time has passed. Your days of thinking are long gone. Oh. Assholes. I don't understand it. It seems pretty easy to me. So easy, a caveman can do it. But this dumbass. Damn, where's that program? Freaking last week, goddamn YouTube screwed up our video. Spliced my show and BZ's show together. So now I got to go through all this crap of separating the shows because YouTube can't get their act together. Goddamn YouTube. Jackass. Jackass says, what? Yeah, I just don't understand what McConnell's thinking. You know what? And then Trump's playing the game a little bit. He understands he has to play some of the game. But McConnell's got to understand we elected him because we're tired of the way status quo. Try YouTube, Snarky. Go to YouTube and just search for SHR Media. And usually YouTube one does a little bit better. Then you get to see my ugly mug. It drives me up a wall. We're not talking rocket science here. How come all these years the Senate has done things? Reid gets in there and it goes to a crawl. And then here comes McConnell. And they keep it at a crawl. Well, this is the way things are done. Well, if you can't fix it, if you can't get it going, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Oh, maybe, not maybe. It is time for us to get a new Congress in there. Get Congress that is going to do its job the way the American people expect it to get done. Damn, I haven't been called younger in a long time. I'm 45. I'm an old fart anymore. You might have saw one of my younger version photos. Always time for a drink. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh, I don't know. I don't understand what McConnell's thinking. And the Republican Party, it's basically time for them to realize to get with the time, to get with the people, or they're going to get left behind. You will get left behind, the Republican Party will. And I don't think the people that are backing Trump, it's not so much it's a Republican thing or a Democrat thing. This is how we want America to run. And we're tired of the bullshit of the two parties. I'm tired of two-party systems. I think it's a corrupt system. I don't think you get good candidates because it's a two-party system. They have nose itchy. Because they have the monopoly control. It's getting there. I want to piss my wife off because I want to braid the sides and do a devil's horn. The people that are backing Trump aren't so much Republican as they back what he says. I became I was a Democrat many years ago during my youth and stupidity. Then I went independent, and I originally came over to the Republican Party to voice my displeasure with the Democrats to show the number games. And as it comes along, I agree with a lot of things of the Republican Party. I didn't know a lot about politics when I first started into all this. Now, I still don't claim that I know a lot. It's just like I've said before, this show is not because I'm some expert. I'm just giving a view of an everyday person. It's not a bad thing, but there's a lot of shows out there where everybody speaks, they try to speak over your head. And some of these people do it because they're trying to impress you. Look at the vocabulary we have. I studied the dictionary inside and out. And I'm not saying all of them. There's some of them that do that, and it really irritates me. So I try to just do the show of my interpretation of what I'm reading and my opinions on it and what I think about it. And I try to do it in everyday vocabulary. Oh, Lord, I just realized it's almost Thanksgiving. With Thanksgiving, I go to my in-laws, and I'm still going, oh, shit. I'm going to be outnumbered. And I'm going to be off the air for like 3-4 days. So, last time I went up there for Thanksgiving, and it wasn't because I went up there. I think because I took the time off, I had a pretty good audience going. And I took that week off, and I was like, came back, and I was like, crickets, shit. Okay, what's the word? Plethora. Majority? Shit, I was going to give you a word back, and I can't think of how to say it. I never could. BP cuff. One of my patients was a psychologist or something. His mind snapped. Beat the shit out of his wife. So we had some fun with him. But he thought he'd be smart, and he's like, yeah, any and majority. And he's like, the name of the BP cuff is like spimithograph. I can never say it right. And there was a one on the wall, and it had the correct name. He's like, what's the name of it? I'm like, BP cuff. He's like, no, that's not it. I got extra credit on a test during my exam. And he said the name, and I looked at him, and I said, it's a BP cuff. He's like, see how much smarter than you I am? I looked down, and I said, who's going home tonight? I am. That's when I started laughing at him. He got pissed off and tried to break out of the handcuffs. You fucking asshole. Screw you. That's what you get. The cops just look at me going, why you gotta rile him up? I said I didn't try to rile him up. I answered his question. He asked me who's smarter. I told him I'm smarter. I'm the one going home. Oh. Well, BP cuff is a blood pressure cuff, but it's... All right, I got to get the wife out for this one. I can never say it. All right, for those that haven't listened to the show before, when I say my wife, I'm pulling out one of these text-to-speech programs. Ow, mosquito just bit me. So I call it my other wife. I'm usually, hey, hon, how do you say this? Ouch. All right, here we go. Well, let me turn that down.
Sphygmomanometer.
That's it.
Sphygmomanometer.
So, that is the actual name of the blood pressure cuff, a BP cuff. So now you can win at a crossword puzzle. Oh, I miss those days. I know I'm sick and I'm depraved. When in patients like that, I would have fun. Wait a minute, pulling out the... What are you talking about, Snarky? Pulling out doesn't work? Depends on what you're trying to do. Damn, my mind went to the wrong way. All right. Where are we? Oh, that's right. I'm a sexist for my mind going that way. Oh. Oh, what do you do? Oh, pulling out. Oh. My mind went straight to dirty. I'm sorry. Hey, don't blame me. Blame Snarky. It wasn't me. I didn't make the comment. Snarky did. I'm just a man. But that would, of course, the liberals say that makes me, a sexist. Because my mind went there. I say it means I'm a man and just... So you're a country music award? I don't know. Everybody that rode with me, female, male, I acted the same, and I never. No, none of my partners ever complained about me, and we always had a good time. But that's one of the things I loved about EMS. It just everybody just you had enough stress. You just did your job and you had fun. Some guys took it over the way. I've seen guys get in trouble before, but for the most part, amazingly, I never did. I never had a filter on my mouth. Some of the things that I've said, and I should have got arrested. One of my partners kept putting her hand out. She's like, "You ain't got the guts. You ain't got the guts." Well, I was on the phone with my wife. I told her what she was doing. My wife was like, "Go ahead." So, well, she got a surprise that day. I have no idea where that one came from. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and Lone Star Radio, Lone Star News Radio, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hello, I'm Tim Hart. I'm the guy BZ hires, due to his shameless contract with the SHR Media Network, to voice his promos. He'd like me to tell you that the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be found on SHR Media Network, Spreaker, and YouTube every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American media maggots won't. You'll find that the speech is free, but the drinks are not. There, in the saloon, just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ is sending his personal drones of freedom into the wheelhouses and ossicles of lovers of sovereignty and liberty nationally and globally. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, BZ swears that no rights were harmed in the making of this promo.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid promos.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to shrmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. Sorry about that. That didn't bother me. I'm talking with Snarky of Oz in one of the chat rooms, and we're talking about like the emergency care and all that. And she said that while she was in training, if you don't want me telling this, she worked in elderly care and she couldn't take watching these people pass away. That's why I didn't work in nursing homes or anything like that. And I hated working in a transport company because that was one of the things. I remember when I first started, there was this one gentleman, we would pick him up with a wheelchair van. But he was able to walk. He had a walker. And it went from there to seeing that he's in a wheelchair. Okay, they had to amputate his one foot. And this is over like a 5-year period. To the point after about 7 years, I ended up going to his funeral. And that, I learned how to. That's why people were like, you don't remember my name? I don't remember names anymore. It was one of the ways I coped with it is, as soon as and people were like, well, did that person ever live? I don't know. When I got done the call, I had gotten myself trained mentally. I forgot everything about that patient. I could recall it through my notes if I ever got sued. But for the most part, I didn't care what happened to him after I dropped him off. I did my job. And some people thought I was an asshole for that. That's how I got the nickname Royal Asshole, Evil Sadistic Son of a Bitch. And literally, those were my nicknames on the rig. Because once I got done with that patient, I wasn't running back to the hospital to see if they lived or what. I didn't care. I did my job. My job was to get them with the best care I could to the ER. Once they were there, it was now the ER staffs. Because all you're doing in the medical business, and a doctor taught me this very early on, you're in the business of passing the problem along. The patient calls with a problem, calls 911, and passes their problem on to the dispatcher. The dispatcher then passes that problem on to the EMTs, who sometimes pass that problem along to paramedics, depending on, which. And it goes on, then you would take it to the ER, pass it off to the nurse and the doctor. That doctor would pass it off to another doctor. And that's all you were doing, was passing the problem on to somebody else. And I just learned as soon as I passed that on to the doctor, I was done. A lot of people thought, you're an asshole. You're an asshole. No. You can call me an asshole all you want. But when you look at the average career for EMT was 3 years. That's it. National average is 3 years, whether you burn out, go on to a different career, or move up into different medical. EMTs usually last 3 years. I lasted from 1991 until 2013 is when I finally was the last time I was on a rig. I think it was 2013. So you do the math. No, I'm not an ass. I'm an asshole, and I am a royal asshole. I started out a private asshole, then became a major asshole, then a general asshole, and then I finally got dubbed royal asshole. Goddamn mosquito. Somehow a mosquito got in here. He's like flying around. He already bit me once. Keep it, I'll bite him. Ugh. So I understand where you're coming from, Snarky, with that. And yeah, there's so many people, they stick their family members in a nursing home, and then they forget about them. They pass the problem on, and they don't want to deal with it anymore. And so many times, that's all those people want is just a friendly face. Trust me, I did. So, oh, damn, show's almost done. Can't believe it. I can't believe it's not butter. All right, I don't care about Austria. These are 9 gun controls since the shooting in Las Vegas. And I think BZ is going to have a good show tomorrow night. I've been seeing him do some ranting about Las Vegas the last couple of nights. And whew. Oh, see you next, Captain. See you next Tuesday, or can't understand normal thinking. Either which way you want to put it. BZ has been doing a lot of tweeting about the Las Vegas shooting, and I'm going to let him touch on that. He's been dealt with more than I have. But the Democrats have really been pushing gun control, and there's been 9 of them that they've been pushing since then. And they can't stop themselves when it comes to gun control. And the proof of it lies in the fact that various Democrats and or Democrat surrogates have voiced support for 9 different gun controls since the shooting. During an October 8th appearance on CBS News Face the Nation, of course we have Senator Dianne I don't know shit about guns Feinstein. Well, what she does know is she has a concealed carry permit, but none of her constituents want them. 40 million constituents don't want concealed carry permits. Yeah, whatever, Feinstein. She admits. No, it doesn't, Snarky. Nothing with that whole shooting makes sense, and that's BZ. I think we'll have a good show tomorrow night on it, because I think 4 witnesses now have died or disappeared or something like that. Something's not adding up. But Senator Dianne Feinstein admitted that no law would have stopped the Vegas attacker. And if you go through the list of the mass shootings that we've had, there's not a goddamn law that would have stopped any one of those mass shootings. Because if simply a law would stop them, making murder against the law and attempted murder against the law, that would solve the problems. Just that one law would solve everything. But they don't. criminals are criminals because they don't follow the laws. And the Democrats are too goddamn stupid to try to get that through their heads. And I know they understand it, and they're trying to get their bans and all that, and they try to twist people's minds. The problem is they're not thinking. They could probably get a lot more done if they tried it a different way. And I know how they could probably get it through. I know how they could. But you know what? I'm not going to give them any tips. I'll give them the tip of my middle finger. That's about it. But she goes on, she is not alone. Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat from Connecticut, ran through a plethora of gun controls he wants to secure during an appearance on CNN's State of the Union, and the Washington Post and the Los Angeles Times both pushed Democrats to enact even more extreme gun control. So here are the 9 gun controls Democrat surrogates have pushed since, last Sunday. Ban on the bump stock. Dianne Feinstein is pushing this with her Automatic Fire Prevention Act. She admits that the bump stocks are not an accessory. She admits that bump stocks are accessory, that they do not convert semi-automatics into automatic, but she wants to ban them anyway. Her bill explicitly bans any accessory that allows an increase of rate of fire in short bursts, but does not convert the semi-automatic rifle into a machine gun. Sorry, I looked up. What? Plethora? Every time you say, you know what? We got to start doing that. And come up with a word for the show, and every time I say it, everybody has to take a shot. Yeah, but I'd be doing that to get some people on drunk on purpose. So, let me get going. Ban on trigger cranks, which is similar to the bump stock. Ban on semi-automatic firearms, which they're dumb because they're never going to get that one because Supreme Court's already ruled certain things are semi-automatics would never be able to be banned, and I can't think of how they phrased it right now. I'm trying to rush through because I only got a couple minutes. Implementation of universal background checks. They plan to follow that ban with the implementation of the universal background checks, which means private gun sales would require a background check, just like retail sales. Democrats claim these checks would save lives, yet Senator Murphy and others ignore the fact that the Vegas attacker purchased his guns via background checks, as did so many attackers before him. The real reason Democrats want universal background checks is because such checks require a gun registry to be enforced. Therefore, the implementation of such checks would immediately lead to one more gun control, a gun registry. Ban on assault weapons. I get so tired of this one because I guess my AR-15 is broken. I've given it permission to go shooting, and it hasn't shot anybody. Ban on high-capacity magazines. Just more bullshit. It's something like less than 3% are committed of gun crimes are committed with the quote-unquote assault rifle. But they want it banned. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, I got to slam my head into a wall till I have one brain cell left, and I'd still be smarter than these Democrats. They oppose the opposition to concealed carry. It's reported that Senator Feinstein took time to argue against concealed carry for law-abiding citizens during her Face the Nation appearance. Speaking of concealed carry, she said, "I don't believe it's protected by the Constitution." Let's see. You know what? Constitution may not cover concealed carry. Because back in the day, they really didn't concealed carry. They open carried. So by their logic, then open carry should be constitutionally legal. Opposition to national reciprocity. Senator Feinstein also voiced opposition to the national reciprocation legislation currently pending before Congress. My opinion of that bill is it's terrible. Any bill that this witch doesn't come up with or her party doesn't come up with is terrible. She would never agree to anything that her party doesn't come up with. It's the typical bullshit, and that's exactly what it is. They want an Australian-style gun ban, which means we would give up our guns. They've talked about it, pushed it, and it's not going to happen. And yes, they've talked about bans. I just, Background check. Why do I have to go get government's permission if me and my brother want to trade guns? Or if me and my best friend want to trade guns? I don't need the government to do a mother, may I? And with that, that's going to be the end of the show today. I can't believe I'm already done. Holy shit. Thank you, Snarky. You actually made the show go very good today. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. Hey, you know what? That's already happened. The gun rate has skyrocketed. The gun rate ownership has skyrocketed, and the crime rate has dropped. And it's been dropping in a steady relationship to gun ownership. All right, everybody, I'll be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And tomorrow night also we have BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon right after. Everybody, have a great night. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.